7:15 on the 9th of December, and I am just waiting for my parents because me, my mum and my dad are off to Blackpool for the week. I'm gonna take you along for the ride. I don't know if we'll be getting up to much, but you can see what I do and what we get up to. My actual suitcase with all my clothes in has been with my parents since Sunday because my dad needed a full 4 days to pack it into the car. And then with me now, I've got my sort of bag that's got my toiletries and all my meds in. I've got a handbag for when we're out and about, and then because my dad likes to drive around in Arctic temperatures, I've got my woolly hat and a scarf, and we'll pop the coats in when they get here. Yeah, I'm just waiting for them now, and then we'll be off and on the way, so I will see you in a bit. So we're at Streatham Services now, which in my opinion is the worst service station of all time. It's disgusting. I hate Streatham. There wasn't sort of a gluten-free choice at all. The place that does like the breakfasty stuff, I could have had a gluten-free roll, I think, but it's quite a risk of cross-contamination in a place like that, so I didn't bother. But like the services only sell Walker's crisps, so I couldn't even have a packet of crisps. But oh well. So yeah, we're just getting petrol and then we'll be on the way again. So we've arrived in Blackpool now. It is, I think it's about 2:30. It's also really dark here for some reason. We're getting more petrol. I'm not really sure why we're getting more petrol. We already seem to have quite a lot, but we seem to need more. And then we're going straight to the hotel. And then a bit later on, we are going to my brother's house for tea. Here we go with a room tour. The door to get in, we've got some switches. Oh, okay, so this is the bathroom. Just a shower. Could do, sort of for me personally, if there was a handle there to help me get in, but that's not the end of the world. This looks like exactly the same kind of bathroom that we had in the Hilton that we stayed at before we went to Alton Towers. So if you check out my last Blackpool vlog, this is really very similar. I suppose it's the same hotel, so that makes sense. So we've got some towels here, pretty standard hotel stuff. Fancy sink, hand washy bits, big mirror. Oh, there's a bath mat, which is always handy. If we go out here, we have got a huge, great big mirror. And then I think this door closes the bathroom door. And then you've got like a wardrobe space, which is pretty cool. Looks like there's an ironing board and an iron in there. That feels like a hairdryer in that bag. Some hangers. And then this is the main room. Some plug sockets there. Plug sockets and USBs and stuff down the side of the bed. And then you've got your like heating controls there. There's a bed. Those are my bags. TV. Tea and coffee making stuff. This looks like it can be an adjoining room. So hopefully no one tries to sneak in the night. I don't know how I prevent that. Might check it's locked. Some drawers down the side of the bed. Some more plugs and USBs. And then there's some cool Blackpool themed artwork on the walls, which I actually really like. I love this picture of the donkeys, that's really good. There's a little chair here so I can sit in the window and people watch, which I love. I've got some huge, great big windows and a sea view out onto a man smoking. And then there's Blackpool Prom, the sea, which looks a bit grimy today. And then later on, hopefully we'll be able to see the illuminations when they're switched on too, so that's pretty cool. And then there's like a desk and another mirror. So yeah, pretty standard hotel room. Oh, and there's some more plugs and USBs there. Oh, look, and there's my parents going to the car to fetch their bags in. They brought my bags in first and put me in my room, but I suspect they just wanted to see which was the best room, so they got it for themselves. So that's my parents. Hi Mum, hi Dad. This is such a huge big window. I am definitely going to have to remember to close those curtains when I'm getting changed. Oh dear. It's lovely. I love the sea view, and I could, I suppose, lie in bed with the curtains a bit open and have a look out at the view, which is quite cool. So yeah, there we go. Looks nice and clean. The bed looks clean. It looks like a nice hotel room. This is a Hampton by Hilton. My parents quite often stay here when they come up to Blackpool because it's really close to my brother's house. But this is the first time I've stayed in this hotel here in Blackpool. I've stayed in a Hilton recently, as I mentioned earlier. But yeah, we're here for 5 nights. So yeah, it's a nice room to be in for 5 nights. So I'm just gonna get unpacked now, sort myself out a bit. I'm gonna have something to eat because all the service stations are a bit of a swizz and there was no sort of decent food in them. I did manage to grab a bag of crisps at Waitrose at the last services we stopped at, which was Charnock Richard, just outside Blackpool. Well, not just outside, like 45 minutes away. So I'm going to eat some crisps. I'm going to make use of the facilities and have a cup of tea. And then a little bit later on, we're heading over to my brother's house for tea. I think we're going to have a Chinese takeaway tonight, which obviously being gluten-free is always a little bit of a risk. But generally, if I sort of stick to the fried rice and don't really have anything else, it's a pretty safe bet. So yeah, I will check back in with you later. Ooh, the lights have just come on, so I'm gonna see if I can show them to you. Let's have a look. There's like a big empty space there. It's mostly just from my reflection, isn't it? Okay. Yeah, it's just focusing on the ring. You can kind of see them. They're really pretty. They're like rainbow ones, so it's really nice. Cool ones to have outside my window. And these ones flash. Cool. My brother's house is like an actual Santa's grotto. He's got these really cool retro hanging decorations. Whoa. So we're back from my brother's now. It's about 10:30. Like I said, we had a Chinese for dinner, which was really nice. I just had sort of fried rice and some crispy seaweed. The crispy seaweed was really nice. Some of the nicest crispy seaweed I've had for quite some time. So yeah, really enjoyed that. But yeah, it was nice to sit around. We met my brother's lodger. I played with my brother's cats. So yeah, we got back to the hotel and I had a shower. So in this particular Hilton, which is Blackpool South Shore, and I'm sure they're probably all pretty much the same. The shower was really easy to use. There were just two controls, one which turned it on and off and another which changed the temperature. There's like a step up into the shower, which I did struggle with a little bit, and I definitely need to be more careful getting out of the shower. So when I next have a shower tomorrow, I will, I think, just be a little bit more mindful of how I'm getting out of it, because that almost was a disaster. Nice shower, good water pressure, if that's the kind of thing you're into. Yeah, nice shower. So I've taken my pills, I am in my pyjamas now, and I am sat in the window. The illuminations are still on, so I've opened the curtains up a little bit so I can just look out and see them. Not really the ideal time for people watching because it is 10:30 at night and it is blowing a gale and chucking it down, so there are really a huge amount of people out and about in December in Blackpool. But still, it is really nice to see the lights, and like I said, the lights directly outside my room are really pretty, and hopefully at some point I will get a chance to show you the lights a little bit more. Oh, the illuminations have just gone off. It is now dark outside, except for street lights, obviously. I am feeling pretty bloated. I did eat a little bit too much, so I'm feeling a bit sicky and a bit bloated. It's very uncomfortable, so I don't want to sort of get in bed just yet. And for various reasons, we ate really late tonight, and I am not used to eating this late at all. I never eat this late, and it's sort of doing a bit of a number on me, so hopefully I'll feel a little bit better tomorrow. But yeah, we don't really have much of a plan yet for tomorrow. I think we're going to go up into the town centre, and my brother is cooking tea, so we're having dinner at my brother's house again tomorrow night, but he's cooking. They are having, I think, sausage and mash. I am not really a sausage and mash kind of girl, so when we go shopping for the sausages and potatoes, I'm going to have a little look, see if there's something else that I fancy, because sausage and mash is a bit heavy for me and I'm not feeling it. So I'll have a look to see what I can have. But yeah, that's it for today. Not the most exciting day, and not, I suppose, the travel day you're looking for from a vlogger. But yeah, the drive up was, I assume, fine. I can't say for certain because I did sleep pretty much all of the way here. I'm told the journey was fine though. I will check in with you tomorrow morning, and hopefully I will be able to show you what the breakfast offering looks like at this hotel. So see you in the morning. Good morning, I am up and dressed. I'm just about to go down for breakfast. I have opened the curtains, and actually the weather at the moment looks pretty good. There is a bit of blue sky there. The sea is pretty choppy, but the weather looks all right. I think it is forecast to rain today though, so we'll see what happens. I slept okay. The bed is really hard, but no, that doesn't really bother me. I woke up a couple of times, and obviously because this room doesn't have like a window that opens and it's all air conditioning, it does makes you feel really dried out. So I do feel quite dry this morning, like my mouth and everything. I'm really thirsty. I drank quite a lot of water in the night. But yeah, I slept pretty well. I am having a slight issue in that I am yet to flip a light switch and have it be the light that I actually wanted to turn on or off. So that's been fun. And one other thing I have noticed is this counter is quite high. So if I just take my shoe off a minute. So to lean over this counter to be able to spit my toothpaste into the sink is a little bit of a struggle, because it just is that little bit too high. But if I've got shoes on, it's fine, and it's not actually that much of a big deal. It's just something I thought I'd mention. Go down for breakfast now, and hopefully I'll be able to show you what some of the breakfast options are. So breakfast was fine, nothing wrong with it. I was able to ask for some gluten-free bread, which is just your bog standard gluten-free bread. It's like the Shah or the Genius brand, I think. So it's quite small, but it's alright as gluten-free bread goes. I eat it at home sometimes. And this morning I made myself a bacon and honey sandwich. Yeah, it's quite a good choice. There's a choice of juices, there's a choice of hot drinks. There's like Danish pastries, there was a waffle maker. All pretty cool, pretty standard stuff, but yeah, pretty good. And it was all like really hot. We are now shortly about to head up into the town centre, and my mum and dad are going to be pushing me in the wheelchair for the first time, which we'll see how that goes. Yeah, so we're heading into town now, and then we'll go from there, see what the weather does and decide what to do. So we're back at the hotel now. The sun has come out, and also look, it's an investigation. Oh, I don't know why I can't see any police anywhere. It's all very exciting. Yeah, so we've just come back to the hotel for like a wee and stuff, and then we are going to head out to Morrison's to get stuff so that my brother can make dinner tonight, and we're also going to get something for my dinner and something for my lunch, because Blackpool actually is pretty rubbish for gluten-free. It's really not great. We just stopped in Costa and I had a tea, and Costa used to do a gluten-free sandwich, but they haven't done for a long time now, so they clearly don't care about people with intolerances. Anyway, we didn't really buy anything. We went in Primark, and I was going to have a look around in Primark, but to get into the main part of the shop here in Blackpool, it's down sort of, I think, 4 steps onto sort of a lower floor, and then that's where the lifts and everything to the other floors are. So there is like one of those sort of small lift things, but it was completely out of order and had loads of boxes stacked in front of it, so nobody in a wheelchair or with a pram could like go into the rest of Primark, which was crap. So I didn't really buy anything. I did buy some Nurofen and some headaches though, because I, you know, have a headache. But yeah, so that's the plan next. Off to Morrison's, get something to eat, get something for dinner tonight, and then I think we're gonna head to my brother's now for a bit, because it is freezing cold and it keeps raining. So yeah, see you in a bit.
Yes. Works better with the top. Yeah. Oh, that's what it looks like now.
I've been playing with the cats, and the cats now love me, obviously. I had 2 of the cats sat on me this evening, which was nice, because I miss my own cat, so it was nice that those cats sort of sat and loved me for a bit, because I do miss my cats. They all had sausage mash and onion gravy for tea that my brother made. I don't really like sausages, didn't really fancy mash, so I had a Morrison's free from own brand macaroni cheese and some Bird's Eye gluten-free chicken nuggets for tea. I have had much nicer chicken nuggets, and I don't know if like a regular Bird's Eye nuggets are not very nice, because these weren't that great. The mac and cheese was fine. Gluten-free mac and cheeses tend to all kind of be the same. The only one that is sort of a cut above is the Amy's Kitchen rice mac one, and that is really nice. But yeah, the mac and cheeses are all right. They're not like proper ones because they're gluten-free, but they're fine. So that's what I had for tea. I've played on my colouring app for most of the day, and I did play a game on my iPad with the cats for a little while, which was fun. Mum, I think, played solitaire and my dad watched Star Wars Clone Wars all afternoon. I think he watched like 22 episodes, possibly more. Like, how many episodes are in a series? Because he watched an entire series of Clone Wars, which made absolutely no sense to me. I mean, I wasn't properly watching it because I was doing something, but there didn't seem to be a story. Like, every episode seemed to be about, like, made no reference to the previous episode before. It was very odd. I mean, I'm not a Star Wars fan, I don't get Star Wars. Maybe if I knew more about Star Wars it would have made more sense, but I didn't have a clue what was going on there. It was all very strange. And it's like a cartoon. Weird. Didn't get it at all. So sorry to the Star Wars fans out there. Yeah, so we're back at the hotel now, which, by the way, is filled with screaming children. But yeah, we don't really have a plan for tomorrow. I don't think we'll be seeing my brother and Amy because they've already got plans. They're off doing something tomorrow evening, I think. So we're not going to be seeing them. So we're going to find something to do for tea, and I don't know what we're going to do in the day yet. Again, depends on the weather. And actually today, apart from sort of a couple of showers, the weather was actually quite nice. I mean, it's freezing, but it didn't sort of rain a huge amount. There was a couple of showers, but other than that, it wasn't too bad. So I will check in with you in the morning and let you know what we're up to for the day, and if it's interesting, I'll take you along for the ride, although if it's not interesting, I'll probably take you along for the ride anyway. Night night.